scientist of ISRO. The title itself defines its limitlessness from planning a career in research and the enormous struggle in between. Greetings to one and all present here. It gives me immense warmth and great pleasure to grace all of your presence with the interest of learning from this grand international webinar. It is a glorious moment to extend my warm wishes on behalf of Team 2020 helpers. I want to convey my heartfelt gratitude to Professor Ilangovan Rajagopalan for accepting our invitation and presiding over this webinar as a chief guest and speaker. Welcome, sir. I am Moaz Hussain, the Chief Executive Officer of Team 2020 Helpers, an educational non-profit organization based in West Bengal, India, working for the welfare of students, entrepreneurs, and society. We aim to create a network of potential helpers to raise their helping hands towards those who need to be helped. Now, let me introduce our speaker for today's session, Professor Ilangovan Rajagopalan. He had an experience of 40 plus years in the field of technology, education, and innovation. He had also worked in Indian Space Research Organization and was a core team member of GSLV Mach 1. His tenure in ISRO, he had also worked with Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. Currently, he is working as a professor in KC. I may request Professor Ilangovan to take over the session. Please, sir.
Good afternoon, or good morning, or good evening. We have various countries or people are there. So it is. I will start. It is a good day. It is a ISRO day. It is a journey of ISRO. It is one of the good topics selected by our CEO, Mr. Hussain. When I told, then I rewind all my 65 years. Okay, all my how the journey begins. It's still going on. It's still going on well. So I will start because the time is there. So I welcome you all, for all the people to this. So let us give me what is ISRO. As you think, some it is not that much bad. ISRO is very good, and I will give you my presentation. Start with answering your complete this one. So I will how to go smite this one. I also up my PowerPoint. Just read the first slide so that I will confidently proceed. Just read the first slide.
Yes, sir. We are seeing the first slide.
What you are seeing, exactly. Okay. Right. So ISRO is the Indian Space Research Organization is the vision and mission, both the people. Then mission is passed on to the people like Kalam and others in between. Okay, it is the first vision of Jawaharlal Nehru, who was the Prime Minister of India, who dreamt science must come up, space must come up. So before ISRO, there was a committee called INSCOSPAR. It was constituted by Baba Atomic Research, right? That Baba only was the chairman for atomic. Parallelly, he started the space. He put Vikram Sarabhai, his junior of Baba, as a chairman of the committee in INSCOSPAR. That was the ISRO's previous name. Anyhow, we got the vision and mission from Jawaharlal Nehru and Vikram Sarabhai. First question was, how was your experience working with Dr. APJ Kalam sir? This is the first question. I will answer one by one. The first question is this one. What is my experience with Kalam? There are, first one is, I am the follower from Rameswaram. Am I audible? Am I audible?
Yes, sir. You are audible. Please.
Yes, sir. At least once in 10 slides say yes, sir, so that I am talking to real crowd. Okay. Don't just yes. So the follower from Rameswaram. That means I am not born in Rameswaram, but when I was very young, my father transferred to onwards from high school near Rameswaram only. So at that time, I may not be knowing Kalam as Kalam, but I am knowing him as Abdullah. So we people in the native used to call him as Abdullah, not as Kalam. So some of my teachers were his classmates. Some of the teachers in the high school, who took lessons for me, was a classmate of Dr. Kalam in Rameswaram. Okay, so that way I know him very little bit only. I know him at that time. Still, I passed my PhD. I start BSc Physics. I passed out by BSc. Then I joined MIT. Then I met one of my high school teacher who was a classmate of Kalam. But at the time he was telling, oh, you are also going to DMIT, MIT at Chennai, Coimbatore, Chennai, Madras Institute of Technology, Coimbatore, Chennai. Then he told, oh, you are also going to study like Abdullah. Then only I got the trace of Abdullah from him. Then he told what are the things he done, what is he and everything. Then if you MIT, after MIT, you can join ISRO. If you join ISRO, you can see him. This was a motivation given by him. When I passed my BSc and told my class teacher. Then I passed my IIT also, MTech from IIT Kharagpur. 1979, I joined Vikram Sarabhai Space Center. Actually, by fortune, he was in my selection interview. He asked this, that, and all the questions. It was engineer SC. After MTech, you can join as a SC. Now also you can join as an engineer scientist, engineer SC grade. So I was selected by him, and he asked some questions which I could answer still. Okay, even after the interview also I couldn't answer. Right. So you maybe knowing his biodata, he selected me. And I will tell you how I am selected. That was my SLV days. So I was doing all the projects for SLV. He used to give yearly at least 3 or 4 projects for SLV sake. I only working for SLV completely. Mostly the analysis side. One analysis is satellite, SLV sitting on the launch pad. So before supply, what is the response? So what you want to analyze is, what you want to know, the leaving SLV vehicle will hit with the launch pad. Remember, SLV launch and SLV will sit on the launcher itself, not like separate trolley and like a PSLV is coming in a trolley. There will be a tower, you are assembling and then coming out of the tower, going to launch pad. This kind of things are not there. Tower also in the launch pad, and SLV sit on the launch pad, it will hold the SLV. It was the arrangement at the time. So the first work given by him is to analyze whether leaving the SLV will hit the vehicle. So I did a flexibility response analysis. It is called response analysis. I did that. It may hit after some 4 seconds if it is not leaving. SLV was resting on a small pin at the bottom. So he cut the pin by 50 mm. That's a practical solution you have. That way, vehicle will leave earlier. It is not resting on the pin for a long time. If we leave the launcher earlier, that means much more shorter than what is planned. 0.4 seconds, it will be on the launch pad, then will leave. So he cut the pins less. Automatically, the launcher went, and the launch was successful without any problem. In 1979, and first flight was a failure, you all know. So I was the 7th flight. I went to the launching also with him. So there was a first analysis I done for him SLV. Like that, you have to give lot of SLV analysis to me. Launcher, weight, everything you will be giving, and I used to give the analysis by using a software. ANSYS of this time, ANSYS and everything was not there. CATIA was not there. We have some software which will find the deflection and automatically the bending movement at various places, etc. It's a olden time in 1979, where the PC was not found out. The engineering software were not there. Engineering software was there. Software engineering was not there at the time. So we used to that. Then SLV days were the best days with him. And I used to interact then and there. I also went for the launching, and he was nervous. And the first launching, I can see him, and it was a failure. So he was very much upset. And he addressed the crowd and everything. You know that. Instead of him, Dhawan was addressing the crowd. Within a year, he come back and did his work thoroughly, and made the next within a year he made the next launch is a success. Okay, during this time I used to interact with him lot of time. Once I remember when I was running a software program, and I asked for a jeep. I was leaving the institute by 7:30. It is very common in VSSC. VSSC, nobody will see the clock. Only we will see the work. When work is completed, go. Otherwise, don't go. Kalam will not go for 3 days or 4 days to home. He'll stay in the office itself. Sleep there, wake up there, take a bath there, and eat in the canteen nearby if possible. And not proper canteen also was not there. Whatever available eat, and service for 3 to 4 days. You have to stay in the office itself. I have seen. So for us, at least we'll go to a room. So once I asked for a vehicle was waiting for me to pick up. So I came down, it is around evening 8:30 to 9, night almost. So the vehicle is going to city from Vikram Sarabhai Space Center, Tumba, at least 15 kilometers away. There is not much transport at the time. So I got the jeep was standing. I went and just jumped inside. My astonishment, I see Kalam was sitting coolly, waiting for me all the way half an hour down. I went there coming like that. He was in the jeep waiting for me to pick him up, took me to the station. So, but the problem is traveling with him is not a pleasure. Just mind him. At the time, he was a project manager. He's not a president or anything. He was already a project manager. He's a task manager. He will worry about the project work. Immediately he start asking. The jeep start from Tumba. He start asking what you have done, why have you done this, what is the result is coming. You take the result out, show me the output. At the time, printout was there. There is no software file. There is no laptop. So I was having the printout in my hand. So immediately you open the printout, completely start analyzing what is the value you have given, this, that, and everything. It didn't leave me still. I was praying. Jeep must go fast and reach same soul and take my dinner. So like that, you will be always task oriented at the time, and even you give some firing also if you do some mistake. And anyhow, you will not hurt the people, but make us realize because of your program is delayed. That will make us to realize. The result is not given the proper time. We cannot do the design proper time, and it will not like that. You will used to talk, and it will motivate us that our work is important for the launching than any other thing. Like that, you will make it. But he will make with every junior engineer talking, his work is important for the work. This is his peculiarity and unique characteristic. He will not say what you are doing, this, that, and everything. No. Whatever doing, wrong or right, it is going to be used in the vehicle and it is important. Without your work, he will not, the launch will not there, rocket will not go. That is the impression he will make in almost all the junior engineers who met him, junior to senior, in whatever level. That he will make us to know our responsibility so that we will not worry about time or anything. We will not come with the lame excuse, I am sick, I couldn't come, I missed the bus. Nothing we will not tell him, he knows. It doesn't matter. So these are the SLV days I still remember. Then SSTC days. What is SSTC? SSTC is the Space Science and Technology Center. SLV was in thirds. There are two major areas in Tumba. VSSC. One is VSSC, Vikram Sarabhai Space Center. It is called SSTC, Space Science Technology Center. So here only all the software analysis, etc., will be going on. All the inertial navigation system, control system, aerodynamic analysis, structural analysis, propulsion, material testing, experimental, everything going in one place. Here is an area where you used to launch the rocket. It is near the seashore. We are on up the hill. So it is near the seashore where he was sitting from when he joined from 1963. He was there only. Thank you. What happened? Some sound?
No,
okay.
Sir, just
so the launching, no problem. Turns it was a launching site for sounding rockets where he was sitting from 1963 to 1981, almost 17 to 18 years. He was sitting there only. Turns where all the launching operation, the SLV operation, everything will be going on. Then he joined SSCT come March 81. After a successful launch of SSLV, he came to SSCC where we were sitting together. And himself, just opposite to my room, he will be sitting. I am very privileged to say. I am the only person who is seeing daily. Daily means every minute we can see him. He is in the opposite room. He's coming out and going out. And Dr. Sivananda Pillai is his secretary. After seeing Sivananda Pillai, only we can go and meet Kalam. Although Sam, every then and there we were asking, you can see him. But he never come for tea or anything, as my Remember, you will very rarely come for canteen party. Anybody has done something wrong, who is a hero today? Bring that mechanic here, like that you will tell. This is a words, this is not any harsh words. Any mistake, you will be the hero. Who is a hero today? And who will bring the mechanic here? Panni fellow. Like that. Or if you are doing good, you are a good fellow. Everywhere good or Panni only, nothing, no other words. So then next one, after he left, I met him at Calcutta conference. This is another big story. Calcutta conference for AM, Aeronautics Society of India, general body meeting was there. So I went there to Calcutta to attend that. At that he has come. He was working in DRDO. Along with Dr. Arnachalam also has come. So there was a very good seminar. We presented, and there was a lunch time, and very beautiful. You can see the Calcutta lunch. Always the fish will be there. There was a big fish was lying, and I was taking. Suddenly I heard a voice. How are you, young man? Like that. Then I can understand it is nothing but Dr. Kalam. So I slowly turned. He could catch me. What you are doing? What is the analysis you are doing? Like that and everything. I narrated. So he started listening all my presentation and started asking questions after question. He almost pierced me. Almost I answered his first question with what I have done for last 5 years. Second thing I half answered, which I will do next 5 years. All other last question we cannot answer even you work for 15 years. He will ask the exact question where you are finding the problem. You will know. In the first slide itself tell you what you are going to present in the last slide. First slide itself reading this one, he will tell you what is the result you are going to get. So we cannot escape. You know all the technical details. In and out, especially the output. You know the output from you, from the input and output. You know what is the processor. That doesn't matter. But you will ask the exact output what you are getting. And this at Calcutta conference almost two days completely. I was with him throughout the day. Then he left. At the time only ADA was coming. So he gave an explanation for ADA LCA. ADA is coming. LCA, you know that no, they just now released. He told LCA last chance for aeronautical. If you are not doing now, you don't get a chance again to design in the India, a manufacture, design, manufacture and launch and fly in India. This is the last chance for aeronautics is LCA. So that's what he told. Then I met him as a president. When I went to Agra, I met him. Actually, I didn't book any appointment at the time. I was going to Agra. So I get down at Delhi. It is 2015. Just 3 months before his death. So I get down at Delhi and give a message to him. Sir, I have come from Bangalore. So I am going to purchase a aircraft at Agra. And I want to meet you. He was not present at the time. He was in that number 10. He was there. So I just a message, put in the cell phone. And then his phone number is there with me. So I got the message. And unfortunately, so I was no message, return message has come. So I was proceeding to Agra by taking a train at Nizamuddin. And my cell also out of charge. So I put the charge in the cell and went for a tea and come back. And I saw that message. When the charge is on, I saw the message. He come and meet me at 6:10. Time was only 5:40. So immediately I cancelled the ticket and everything. Then come out and took a rickshaw and went correct the auto rickshaw. And that fellow knows where is the place. You can see, I wanted to quote you here. His name will not be there in the name board of the house. No Abdul Kalam, nothing will be there. For others, ministers and everything, there will be name in the name board. He never asked to put the name. It just is a number only will be there. Everybody knows it is Kalam's house. That's all. So, but no Abdul Kalam name plate will not be there bearing his name. So it was just a number 10. So I exactly ended at 6:10. And he called me last and we had a chat of some half an hour, 20 minutes, more than that. Then he asked me what is now you are doing. And I invited him to my college for something. Actually, that is on February month I went. And I told I am going to Agra for this one. Then he gave some reference. Go and meet that fellow. You will get a correct aircraft to take our college and everything. He helped me that. I promise you in June or July I will come to Bangalore. At the time I will come to college. But June I also went to America. And July. So that is the last meeting I had as a person. Any doubt? Any question? So that I can see. Everybody is there or not? Hello?
No question, sir.
Yes, sir, we are here.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
So a lot of stories about him, others has experience. This is my experience with him. Okay, you can go to that. So a Jani is a scientist. He is a saint. He is mainly whatever he may be a student or a project manager, director, or principal scientific officer or president or ex-president. What is his quality is a saint-like quality. Even in high school also, he is a Jani. Even as he started as a student, he was an ordinary middle student only in Rameswaram High School at Swartz High School, and he did his BSc Physics in Trichy. And when doing BSc Physics only, he understand to study aeronautical, to become a pilot, you is not do science, you must do engineering. So that's the reason why he joined the MIT. And that is a turning point in his life, his BSc. He stopped studying science and switched over to engineering. At the time, DMIT, Diploma in Madras Institute of Technology, in MIT, Madras Institute of Technology, Combat, Chennai. So he joined aeronautical engineering. Then he a project manager SLV. There also, before becoming a project manager SLV, there is 20 years he left in spent in ISRO. First 10 years, immediately after joining, he went to NASA for training. In NASA for training in sounding rockets. And not only he is alone, some 5 people went for training to NASA. He is also one of them. So he trained there to how to mission operation, how to launching sounding rocket off, on, off, and all the things. He joined, and 10 years he worked in, before he becoming SLV starting, he was working in a sounding rockets. That is more important. Sounding rockets giving him a lot of training in launching, range safety, right? And payload. He is in charge of payload. Vikram Sarabhai used to call him as a payload boy, because the first sounding rocket he called Niki Apache. It was given by Niki Apache or Niki Apache. It is from US. NASA gave the complete rocket, and the payload is given by France. Right, that the sodium vapor payload. That payload was given by the France, and USSR gives some helicopter to monitor, and vibration table, one boat. All the things are given by Russia. America is giving the rocket. France is giving the payload, and Kalam is bringing the payload to India just 2 days before the launch. There was a big tension because payload is to come. We are 1963, November 21st. We first India launched its sounding rocket from India. It is not its own sounding rocket. American sounding rocket launched from India. That is 1963. It took 4 years to launch again our own sounding rocket from same pair. That is Tumba. I think Tumba was born. He brought the payload, and they launched that payload, the sodium vapor payload, along with the nose cone, and he launched it from the Tumba. That is the starting of the space for India. That is 1963. Even though that is the first launch of Niki Apache, that is the first sounding rocket departure from there. We can now almost 60 years. We are nearing 60 years of the first launching. So here the exposure of how to work technical with US, USSR, France, all this German, all the people will come and launch a sounding rocket payload from Tumba. And the payload integration is Kalam's part. And range safety. It must be very safety because it's not burst out. So he was working, he was fired, and he also asked him to go back to the room and come after 1 day, take rest. We don't believe within 2 hours they all return back to the work. So this is the work culture of ISRO, which is not there in any other central government. I don't say the private government. Without anybody's pressure, without the pressure of the superior, it is sheer passion they will be working. They are all from inheritance. They are all ordinary people like you and me, joined the engineering college, but did well. They were all class toppers. ISRO is full of class toppers and gold medalists. I was a topper in my IIT, MTech. What is ISRO then? It is an amazing work culture. Right? There is no boss, no this one. There is no bossism on that. We will, after your own, we will stay up to 9 o'clock. 7, 9. We don't mind. We don't claim overtime or anything. We don't worry about the vehicle, how will you go on. No matter so far. To get your things done. Nothing. Very straightforward. Everybody is open and and anybody junior or senior, you can ask a question. In any meeting, everybody will be invited. Even the chairman will also be there. Even some of the engineers, you can see when Mr. U.R. Rao was the chairman, he was addressing one junior. No, look, Mr. U.R. Rao, you are not correct. He'll say like that to the chairman. If anywhere in the private institution, it is not possible. He say by calling by the name and saying, Mr. U.R. Rao, you are not correct. It is not 1.1 for a 1.15. For 1.1, there will be argument of 5 hours, which has to be taken. That is a technical fairness will not be there. Okay. Otherwise, it is not a vacancy-based promotion. If it is not like if one superior gone only, you will become this one. It is not like one prime minister gone, next prime minister is coming like that. Even there, there is no vacancy. Not there. If you are eligible, you will be promoted. There will be in the same grade, some 100 engineers will be there. Right? It is not so. It is not vacancy-based promotion. It is your time and your performance, and you can overtake your seniors just like anything. Performance-related incident bonus are there, and then you are working for nation. First of all, you are working for nation, and then when you will be, but all of you will working for one or two vehicles at the same time. No work is for independent. All work are interconnected. You will work for if you are working for a structural analysis of ASLV, some other division will be working the aerodynamic analysis of PSLV. If you are working, some other division will be working control CGD, control guidance and division will be working for control for purpose of the PSLV. Like that, every work is fine. Like not like CSIR lab. If you go to CSIR lab like NAL, you can see every room there is a difference. There is no connection between the person or scientist doing in this room in the next room. Here it is not like that. So because everybody is intelligent, they are very good at their part. But there are some people very good at integrating all the other parts like Kalam. That's why ISR is successful. Even ISRO people coming out also, you can see they are in a very good position in education institution. They are doing very well than any other ex people. Right? Our library and library facility, all the facility, digital library, everything. Whatever you say, you can go for a tour, anything. So like that. So the life will be your with all the environment, working environment is good. You are working for a good purpose, and your salary also very good. See the salary, 79,000. A doctorate in the working college will not get 70,000, or getting 45,000. A PhD in aeronautical engineer, a fresher, but a MTech in aerospace, if you get SC, you will get around 79 to 80,000. By the day when it comes, DA will come, you will go to even 90,000 to 1 lakh. So entry level, you will be nearing 1 lakh soon in ISRO only. So very good, very attractive. Only thing you have to get it. That's what I'm telling you, right? This is lessons from 4 launch vehicles all ISRO people got so far. Now it is GSLV and PSLV. These are the Kalam days, right? Something like that. And SLV, ESL, and Agni, and these are life cycle of a Kalam. Okay. So like that, there are a lot of failures. Well, 6 reasons of failures are there, which is not much important for now. He has a dream was failed. He was supposed to pilot, he failed. In AD, he failed in Nandi. ISRO, he failed in the RATO. ISRO first is a failure. DRDO, Agni were lot of failure, then only succeeded. Then the President Pura was not well taken, it is a failure. It is announced by one of the state ministers, Pura is a failure. Somebody is asking, what is it? Can I take a break for a cup of water? Hello?
Sure,
Yes,
sir.
sir, please.
Yeah, all are listening or sleeping?
Yeah, we're listening, sir.
We are listening,
Is
sir.
it interesting or not? Or I have to switch over.
Definitely.
Huh?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'll take a water and come.
I wish to convey my participants that whatever you experience in your life is your own feeling, what you are going through. So I hope our speaker is very attached to Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, and he has explained very great things about him. You must not feel the attachment what he is feeling right now, but you must get the points how struggleful life is. Not it is not easy to do anything or succeed in any point of life. Ilangon sir, are you back?
Yeah, yeah, correct. Yeah, I am there.
Yeah,
Correct,
please,
you are
please
correct. So
continue.
now we'll
I was
go.
just
Yeah, no,
yeah.
correct, you are correct. So it is all past. Now we'll come to the current. Right. We'll come to the current and we'll go to the future. So what I was telling, as you said correctly, it was past, but everybody will not be studying in Kalam's high school, right? Everybody will not study. So it was my attachment with him, as you said, and this is the past. This is what I came. Now we'll come to the current and we'll go to the future. What are the key points? These are the questions given by you. What are the key points to be noted to join ISRO as a fresher? And what are the skills and degree we need to become a scientist? See, scientist is ISRO. Major, you must be engineering discipline, not a art discipline, right? Engineering discipline. And some part of science also. Science means you must be a PhD in astrophysics. Okay, like that. Some social physics and chemistry materials, like that is. But maths, physics, chemistry is applicable to ISRO as any other organization. But mostly it is engineering. 75% is the engineering graduates. So I study postgraduate is no special skills. It is just a patient. I will explain what is patient afterwards. It is explained no special skills, but a passion for aerospace must be there. You must be interested in aerospace, but nobody is going to ask what is immediately special in this, that, and everything they are interested. But you must have a fair idea of how the aerospace is going on. Huh? Special skills is not necessary, but you must do. But you must have a passion for aeronautical and aerospace. Any postgraduate engineering is preferred. Science also preferred. But do well what you are doing. Okay, if you are in 8th standard and 10th standard and 11th standard, whatever you do, you are a BSc or you are a BE, do the job what you are doing currently is right. Right? That is your major thing. Do well in your studies. You must be topper of the class, at least top 3. You must be able to pass out the entrance exam. Yeah, nowadays at the time entrance exam was not there, now it is entrance exam. You must preferably graduate from IIT, IIC, first preference to ISRO. Don't ask IIT is the only student we are not. Don't ask all those things. People who are getting in are mostly from IIT and IIC. Okay, IIC is no UG, only PhD. And IIT. Now, there is a big competition from the IISc of Trivandrum. So anybody want to get into ISRO in the +2 level itself, better instead of joining other institute, join IISc directly. Your entry to ISRO is sure. Best way, economical way, without anybody's recommendation, you can go into ISRO if you have done your course in IISc. That is a major entry now. Other IIT, IIC are on advertisement on entrance exam, based on the entrance exam competition. Okay, there is a commitment from all the centers of ISRO to take people from IISc and the students of IISc. There is a commitment. So it is left to you. You have to enter the IISc, the +2 level. Okay, you miss. I am already be what I can do. Don't worry, you write it, but do your study and your entrance exam. But then only you can get it. There is going to be competition, very tough competition. Okay, what is your passion? There is a man called Samuel Fairbairn Langley. He is American, a very senior official, high mathematician from Harvard, and highly networked from Graham Bell, Andrew Grandi, and the government also supporting him is funded. He was trying to launch a aircraft, the Potomac River. It's called failed. He tried with everything, 2 or 3 cc that it is wrapping and falling down. Here also. Because there was no control. Failed to control, he didn't control the vehicle. But at the same time, some meter away, some two cycle mechanic, two brothers, they did the wonder. Why? What is the difference between? It also a highly educated team, highly funded team, highly well connected, high mathematician, Harvard, here ordinary high school. His father is actually a father in the church, teaching the people that anything heavy cannot fly. But still they won the situation. Why? How it is? It is a passion for the engineering. If you have the basic passion, you will definitely get into this. That basic passion for aerospace must be there. Then you will get it. Right. There are a lot of salary is very good. Huh? There are a lot of don't see the salaries. What are the position in this role? Don't think what is the BSc get everything in joining. Technical assistant, a diploma holder, a civil engineer, technician. Technician means he may be IIT or ANB, like that. A draftsman, right? With drawing, electronics engineer, mechanical engineer, aerospace cannot even come into this, mechanical engineer, machinist, who work on lathe and turning machines and jigs and pictures, manufacturing facilities, sheet metal work, aluminum rolling, all the things are carried. He's a mechanical engineer, a machinist also, a fitter and builder. Okay, so all these people can have a role in that. So it is not only the engineer. So anybody can join, anybody. So the crowd, it must understand a large crowd. So all these people have a place in the ISRO and their corresponding salaries. Already, one selector only will worry about this. What are the ways of being a scientist in ISRO? After MSc, after English, after PhD. PhD aerospace, mechanical electronics for abroad or IIT is welcome more. You'll get a greater opportunities are there for you. Communication, mechanical or electronics, communication, material science, production technology, all the things are there. Or combustion studies, propulsion studies, all aerodynamics and aerospace, space mechanics, and human space flight. The lot of features, when we are discussing the feature, you will see what are the areas existing. So electronics they have here, but you only end up with advertisement on vacancy base. And a particular division is if any vacancy in electronics, they will recruit electronic communication engineer. If you have a aerospace structure division, they will recruit aerospace people. They will not recruit electronics people. So it is against a vacancy, against advertisement, and you have to end like that. So space engineering is a combination of all engineering. It is called aerospace. Aerospace engineering. It is called space engineering. There is no aerospace. Aero comes from aeronautical. So aeronautical also, aeronautical and mechanical is a basic fundamental skills required for the aerospace. Then EEE and EC, like space robotics, is coming up. AA in aerospace, a major area going to come now in the future. AA in aerospace. That itself is a full seminar. We'll give one seminar on that. AA application in aerospace itself. ECE, communication. Most of our satellites are communication satellites. 60% of the world satellites are communication only. So communication will evolve. Then CSE, developing code. All the most of our satellites sometimes fail in the CSE software. There was one incident I can mention on moon orbiter. They were supposed to land. Sorry, not moon, Mars. They are supposed to land on the Mars. It crashed. Nobody knows why it is crashed. Then analyze it by that. One it is the kind of contract. Some contract was given to some external agency like Siemens, big agency only, very one and very. They followed one unit, LBS units, and NASA followed MKS units like that. So the design, instead of 50 kilometers, was 50 feet. So 50 kilometers, it dashed into the Mars. A small mistake will result in the failure of a bigger mission. Once a Russian rocket to Mars, first launch to Mars, failed. For reason is that the clock timer is instead of 1 hour, they put 1 year. They set a time. It was leave the atmosphere. It is supposed to leave the atmosphere within 1 hour. It is failed. So like that, So the basic of all these things only the space engineering, not like aeronautical engineering. The space, all the CSE, electrical, ECE, robots, AI, and coding, software coding. Software is the heart of the system. Control is completely a software. Electronics is there. Guidance. Mainly guidance is here. Control, the CSE is a combination of CSE and ECE. So all these things are there. It is a good to join ISRO after bachelor degree or after master degree. It is good to join before bachelor degree, then +2 in the IAST. That is the best way of getting into ISRO. Another one is master is always preferred. You join directly in the AC grade. If you are doing other institutes, then IIT and everything, PhD in BG must. Yeah, IIT BTech is easily get a job in ISRO. IASC only PG, there is no love. But PhD is more preferred to get into ISRO. Again, very good position in the starting. So any aerospace, aeronautical, don't exit on BE level or ME level. Exit on PhD level and enter into ISRO. This is guidance. Otherwise, join the +2 itself, join the IAS. There are only two routes. Updates on ISRO heavy lift launch vehicle, HLV and SSLV in London. We'll go deep into this. What do you feel, Hussain?
No, sir, just an overview. We don't want to go deep in this.
Yeah, well, you run to the slides. HLV, SSLV, admire is the future. If you know the future, you can understand what is the technology required for future. Okay. So a launch vehicles are all worldwide launch vehicles are there. The comparable launch vehicle is DSL Mach 3 only. So this is, you can see in this figure, is the name of the vehicle, GSLV Mach 1, your Falcon from SpaceX, Falcon and Ariane from CNES, ESA, and Delta Heavy from US, and Space Shuttle, which is retired, which is not more than. You see that topmost is the height in meters, the dimension, and 8,000 is the payload, 8 tons. Maximum GSLV Mach 11 is 8 tons now. But here the payload of Falcon is 22.8 tons. And Falcon Heavy 63.8 tons. And 21 tons again. And 28 tons, 27 tons. It is to the ISS only. This is to the geosynchronous, and it can go to Chandrayaan and Mars missions you can send. It can land on moon. This can land on moon and Mars. These are moon and Mars rockets. Remember, now it is not our regular GSLV type, higher payload. These are higher payload, like our GSLV. But these rockets are different. To moon and Mars, that is the future. Not going to LEO. There are LEO, low Earth orbit, that is around 400 kilometers. Another one is 38,000 kilometers. That is a communication orbit. After 10 time, 3 lakhs moon's orbit. Then it is Mars, then beyond. So your vehicle in the future must go beyond Mars, and now the settlement man to moon and man to Mars is our this decade's settlement. By 2030, a first man will be in the Mars. That is through SpaceX or NASA we will see. So man to moon and Mars is our next aim. Other things are lower now. They are already done. So Israel has done. It is all history, right? Maximum weight is so far around 5 points. Once we are getting rockets from foreign countries and launching. Now we are launching for foreign satellite for 33 countries. We are launched. Launch vehicle missions, 18 deck missions. GSLV, PSLV is our workhorse. Successfully launched for 48 times. So like that. So total 15 tons we have totally so far lifted to the space. ISRO has lifted 15.8 tons. The history to the future, SLV3, ASLV, PSLV XR large, and GSLV Mark 2 and GSLV Mark 3. There is a Mark 1 is there. I worked in Mark 1 as a project manager, GSLV. When I come out, I join in SLV. I come out in GSLV as a project manager. Okay. So the height is only 23, very small. 23 meters, 17 tons. but can orbit only 40 kg. ASLV can launch only 39. Anything? The height is PSLV is 44 and overall weight is 320 tons, but it can launch up to 1.8 tons. GSLV 414 tons weight, but 2.2 tons, and GSLV Mark III is a 640 tons. It is a high lift vehicle class from here. Not these are not considered high lift. The launch vehicle. This is from here will start our heavy lift launch vehicle. That means more than 4 tons. Then only it will be the world standard. There is from here you can this is a high lift vehicle. This is a LV. This is a launch vehicle Mark III. The means GSLV Mark III is called launch vehicle Mark III. From here, this is a HLV and HLV human space program. So if you have to put the man on the moon or Mars, then there is a heavy vehicle is required. So this is the feature. So this is a ISRO tons of propellant. Okay, this 200, 139 is for PSLV and GSLV. We are going to make a special solid propellant. It is called S200. This is going to be the feature. We have done a lot of engines, liquid propulsion engine. You can see that from Vikas engine to our semi-cryogenic engine. This is cryogenic, this is semi-cryogenic. So I am not explaining much as he told. Already time is over, I think, more than 1 hour. So 10 turns to the LEO. LEO is a low Earth orbit, I am telling. So we have starting from cryogenic, then crew escape system we have tested successfully, and it is a engine is a semi-cryogenic engine that will be fitted into a 2-stage core alone will be sent a 10 ton to LEO will be able if once the SUO is ready. SUO is semi-cryogenic engine. This is a semi-cryogenic evolution in space transport system. This is going to Moon or Mars or any other planet. So you 4 ton clustered with the 4 ton propellant loading. Remember, this is a semi-gyro engine. So semi-gyro technology is a propulsion technology. You have to concentrate the chemical or anything in the future. Right? This is all vertical. Model of vertical takeoff and landing. Say it has legs. It will come back and land like our SpaceX, a simple vehicle. New developments. Right. So we have plan of getting SC all cryogenic, full cryogenic vehicle except this is the first stage is a solid 200. SC 450 is semi-cryogenic 450 tons propellant. S90, C32, C90, C32 all cryogenic. To put more than 100 ton payload, this is a evaluation. This is HLV and the Gaganyaan models are going to be like this. Right? Moon Gaganyaan also going to be launched in this site like a GSLV site. This is called HLV, Human Space Program. Remember, cryogenic is a feature and semi-cryogenic. So low cost order 6 ton to TG2. It is stage will be replaced by the semi-cryogenic engine. So it will be a expendable launch vehicle. Right. This is a small comparison with other people. We are still lagging. Payload and everything. We are still India is still lagging. We have to do a lot to improve the performance. But still we are. These are the rockets will be launching astronauts in the future. I am consigned to India, so you can see that. What is it? This is a Starliner. This is by Atlas V. Is a competition to SpaceX Dragon 2. These two things are competition. Both are working for NASA, right? There are both the contractor are NASA. This is a Boeing, the Atlas. He is an old contractor, Starliner. He has to lift some astronaut to the International Space Station. You understand? So International Space Station, up to 2 years back, only Russia, after the space shuttle disaster. So America is depending upon Russia to take astronaut or cosmonaut to Indian ISSN, International Space Station. Now they want to switch over to one of these two contractors, 1 and 2. some contracts are given to the Boeing Atlas, ULA, United Launch Alliance. So they are only launching the Starliner, Starliner, and this is SpaceX Dragon. So both are launching for NASA. Next one is Arya. This is a launch vehicle of the future. This is a SLS. This is taking to the man to the moon and Mars and back. Remember, it's called a Space Launch Vehicle System. No more rockets. Vehicle has gone. Now hereafter it is called systems, Space Launch Systems. These are space launch systems from the NASA. NASA is parallelly developing this, and is a subcontractor this for the moon and the Mars mission. This is a Chinese vehicle which recently also failed. No, this is a vehicle which is lifted to a recent Mars mission. It is used. China also have a CH-5 with very crewed spacecraft. It can man spacecraft. Is for manned mission. China has this vehicle. Only these 5 vehicles are the future. Right. So we are in the Sony rockets. We forget. We are now in this area. So SLV only one vehicle. The GSLV is in the play. It is again all US, China. No more people in the competition. Human spaceflight. Then come to SSLV. This is a small satellite launch vehicle. This is a special launch pad. Is being constructed near Tirunelveli, near to Kanyakumari. It is called a SSLV. A small satellite launch vehicle, like a universities can launch. Small satellite can be launched for the purpose. Because nowadays it is all launched by PSLV, which the people don't like it. These are three-stage rocket. All are old technology. Like is a payload pairing is a CFRB, composite fiber reinforced plastic. And it is a velocity terminal model. That means it all payload. And after motor, interstage and motors, three-stage solid propellant motor. Recently it is tested. Actually, before it is tested, 2 people has booked the full vehicle. 550 kg capacity is already booked. One by Air Force, another by American company. The New Space Industries. They have space industries. They have booked this complete SSLV. They are commercial vehicle. A small satellite launch vehicle. It can be assembled within 3 weeks. Lower per kg cost. So nowadays the PSLV charging $20,000 per kg for launch a satellite. Per kg $20,000. So like that, it reduced and very easily we can multiple satellite can be launched. The payload adapters like that. So second stage, first stage, second stage, third stage. Very simple vehicle. 34 meter, small, and 2.1 meter dia only, and 120 tons. Right. So this is a hypersonic vehicle, re-entry vehicle. This is also the another feature which is going to come. It will be reusable. So it will launch and it will come and land. This also come back and land on the earth back. This is a landing leg like your SpaceX. Right. This is a feature. The future vehicle will be like this, BTVL. I will work on starting a launch vehicle startup for this. I need to explain about the current challenges and downsides of current technology to brainstorm and to innovation. So you want by startup. What I think, so Hussain, what I think is I am leading 3 startups in this. So launch vehicles, satellites and others. The others means drones. So the challenges are technology, cost and investment. So I am mentor for all these startup, aerospace startups. Anybody want an internship, you can also take this. I can recommend our members. But what I want is complete challenges, and I will invite. It is itself a webinar topic, right? I'll invite the people who have started and successful. Actually, yes, he is launching a rocket. He is fabricating and launching rocket parallel to ISRO. You won't believe. Rockets. This fellow is launching the rocket in a different way. Because, I cannot tell how he is. It's a novel concept. Instead of rocket launching in the ground, he is launching the higher altitude. So he is designing his own rocket and launching system also. Advari Aerospace already he has a He's a computer science fellow. He got a order of 2 crore in hand and looking for the investor. And HAL is a client. DRDO is a funder for funding. So he has won the order from the DIO. So he's a startup only. That's the reason why I will bring them all the 3 people and one more fellow. One day we will have a startup webinar. Then what do you say?
Sure, sir.
Then-
We are ready to organize it as a
Yeah,
startup
we
succession
talk on
mentor.
this. It will take another 2 hours. It will go. Each company.
Yeah. Exactly.
So we'll separate webinar is on startup, aerospace startup. Okay, sir. We'll analyze and we'll invite some 3 or 4 people who have already started startups. Okay. I'll bring them in one same platform. Next webinar is like that. Okay. Right. But anyhow, there are 2 billionaires. Future is belong to not to the government, to the billionaires. 2 billionaires, 2 organizations. You know who are they? I did not tell. 1 goal and 1 year 2024. A man will be landing on the moon or in the Mars. Okay. Qualities of a astronaut. Before that, I'll show you a slide. You tell what is required for to become an astronaut. A lot of people are asking. You just see this slide. Who is this? Who is this man? Yuri Gagarin, right? What he did? Any answer? Hello, Yuri
First
Gagarin.
human.
First human in space.
First human in space. That means first man to orbit the Earth. Okay, not outer space. He is the first man who is orbit the Earth. Unfortunately, he died in a airplane crash. He has traveled only once. Right? It's only one orbit, 1 to 48 minutes. That's all. Only one mission. That is Vostok 1 is the only mission. Okay. He was as a foundry man, steel planet, and he was a Air Force pilot. Right? He was an Air Force pilot. Second, Becky Mission. A 60 years old. What is he? Biology, chemistry, biochemistry, and time in strain, and extracurricular time. He has participated almost in all the expeditions he has done. Right? Becky Mission. More time in space, you see. Neil Armstrong, one of my hero, Aeronautical University Engineering, Aerospace Engineering, Lieutenant and pilot. Navy Lieutenant and became a pilot in the Korean space, and he had gone in Gemini and he had gone in on Apollo 11 only. There are, you will be knowing, Mercury, Gemini, Apollo, Space Shuttle, right? Now only SLS, that's all the line. Again, Alan Shepard. Who is Alan Shepard? First American who went a suborbital into space, not the orbital. He didn't do the orbital flight. He made a suborbital flight. That's all. That's the reason why you can see this. Suborbital. Right? He is a Mercury red zone and he went by Apollo also. John Cleese, oldest person in space. He went when he was young in Mercury and again in STS-95 when he was 60 years old. He went. So, what is he? Again, chemistry, colonel, and again, he's a Civil War pilot, Korean War. So, what they study, lunar astronaut study, somebody all asking, aeronautical engineering, mechanical, military science, aeronautical, and chemistry. Aeronautical engineering, military science, aeronautical engineering again, aeronautical, electrical engineering. So, what do you see is all are pilot. So, if you want to become an astronaut, you must become an Air Force pilot. Air Force pilot, right? A BE, after that you must write the APCAT and get into the Air Force. And plan your career well. You must be selected in the top 10 pilots of Air Force. You will be a chance of astronaut. That's all now. Right? You need not do anything. If you're a pilot, whatever you do for a pilot is enough, aptitude and everything is enough. If you land your PhD like Neil Armstrong, it's well and good. Right? This is our people. They're just there. They are in the space suit is given by the Russian. So, what are the final? Aslan, key requirements, ability to deal with isolation. He must be alone sometimes. Handle all kinds of psychological, physical causes, extreme and everything. Disorientation, space flight, decision making, aptitude. These are all your soft skill. Once you become a pilot, everything will be there. Right? This was the question. Right? So, future is for four kind of telescopic acceleration. Physical acceleration means space, human in space, not on planet. Robotic, like our Perseverance and everything, you can send a robot. Another is human on another planet. These are the four enriching area which is going to come in the future. Okay, right? Thank you. I think I am also tired. With this, I stop. Rest of the question will be answered in the next session. If any more question, I can answer online.
Seminars are organized to conduct and conducted for the students only for gaining insight and information.
Yeah,
if anybody is asked, yes, if anybody is want any clarification on any slide of yours, then
I have a
they
question,
can come
sir.
up.
I have a question, sir.
Yeah, please.
Yes, please.
Sir, can you please explain what are the challenges faced in reusability with cheaper, like reusability versus cheaper launch costs?
Reusability means you use the same booster. See, the first stage is the costliest one in any launch vehicle. First stage is the costliest one in any launch vehicle because it is the
Yes, sir.
yeah, right.
Yes, sir.
You understand, right? Anything.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It's first stage, right?
So it's like reusing the
you will
first
come
stage so
back.
that we
You
can.
can this much big structure instead of using basing into the sea, you get back and reuse again. It will reduce the cost. This way, only
Yes, sir.
SpaceX
So
win the when
yes, sir. So what are
when
the
Russia was
challenges faced
launching
by that?
challenges is one is it has to re-entry. It has to re-enter. That means go and after that it was turn its position. There will be grid pin, supersonic grid pin is a technology, right? Please kindly note, supersonic grid pin will be used to control the cylinder. It is just a cylinder, no? Without any thrust, a cylinder is there. Just because of the momentum given, it is coming back and come. So that re-entry into the atmosphere possible, right? It may be in the lower altitude, doesn't matter, but it must stabilize and return back to the exact place. If we see, it is amazing. When you are seeing SpaceX, they are returning to the exact location and landing. You want to see a video, I think it will take time, but I can show you a video how the reusability has come. So this is a re-entry supersonic grid pin, one. Another one, landing legs, right? Landing leg mechanism. Once it is reached down, it must slow down with the small thrusters here and there, that the retro rocket propulsion or supersonic reverse propulsion. It can be called like that also. In the supersonic, the reverse propulsion must be there so that you can slow the speed and land, and landing mechanism is another one. These are the three areas we have to. One is control. Either it is supersonic grip control or reaction thruster control, small control. Then it is a landing technology. And there is a robot mechanism to catch. When it land on a SpaceX, if you see, it will land on a sea boat, a ship. So there will be a robot. Immediately it will catch. Once it lands, it will catch and hold the first stage. He can. Next one is he can like that. He can reuse the second stage also. Right. So this will make the system like a aircraft. Why aircraft travel, even though it is costlier, it is why it is becoming cheaper comparing rocket. Mainly because it is reusing the spacecraft. Aircraft is reused so many times. Like that, slowly if we can reuse the first stages and stop-ons, it will be more usable. In space shuttle also we reuse the stop-ons, aluminum, that cylinders. I mean the tanks were being again reused in the past. Like that, now we want to reuse the complete launch vehicle. So that way only the mechanism. Anything else?
Sir, like that time you told about that cryogenic is the future.
Yeah.
So what is ISRO being up to for like the next generation propulsion, like rotating detonating engines, electromagnetic thrusters, like that?
You must be here. The propulsion, if you ask, you do any mechanism, correct? See, the rockets are here. See, the specific impulse is a Mach number versus specific impulse. This is a basic parameter. As long you are using a chemical propellant rocket. If you come out of that, that is different. Okay. But as long you are talking about chemical, yet all this scramjet, ramjet, and all the things, this is a curve. So our rockets are here. This is all the turbofan, this, that, and everything. So try to, we are working on the high Mach numbers also at the same time. So you must go for a fuel, which combination of fuel is a high specific impulse. This is the one way. Another way is, instead of don't carry the, because the propellant has a penalty on the payload. Instead of don't carry the payload, don't carry the propellant too much. So what SpaceX has, they have invented, use a propellant where you are landing. If you are landing in Mars, use a propellant which is available in the Mars. Okay. Or go and make a storage like a petrol tank station, right? Like a petrol station, gas. Now you say that is the way, another way. But the correct way is they have initiated the innovative way is one rocket will fly. Another small tank will fly parallel to that and recharge during the flight. Like a refueling in the aircraft. You can refuel the rocket also.
Yes, sir.
Like that is the latest mechanism they are getting. So these are all the mechanism wise. But if you want the chemical, you must go for like a ion engine, plus engine. Slowly only you can do it. Ion and everything, we cannot do in a bigger scale. You can do in a smaller scale, and it will take time to evolve it to a bigger scale like a nuclear rocket and everything. It is tried. Nuclear payload is easier, but nuclear rocket is not that much easier. Ion propulsion is not that much easy to come back to fabricate. But for a satellite, we can use it ion propulsion, small thrusters. But in a bigger thruster level, yes, they are trying, but they cannot come out still. But still, we are in the chemical propellant area only. You can do for a small model, but for a big vehicle like a diesel and everything, you cannot do ion. But you can do two technologies well in that. One is nanomaterial. Okay. Sorry. Which have a high strength and very high stiffness. The graphite. The graphene, if the pencil is made up of graphene, it will support an elephant. The tip. Imagine. So you must go to nanomaterial technology to make the thing lighter, stronger. Then you can do that. Even you can design an elevator, not rocket. You design an elevator which will run on a belt like a lift. You enter in the lift, choose the moon button, you will go to moon. Mars button, you will go to Mars. Huh? Like this you can imagine in the future. Like this kind of nanomaterial and AI, artificial intelligence. AI and nano will play in all technologies of the space rockets. But still we are in chemical rocket only. For your information. Yes, anything? Or we'll finish it?
Sir,
Yeah.
small question.
Yeah.
In which all fields can a chemical engineer contribute to the Indian Space Research Organization?
Sorry, we have?
In which all fields can a chemical engineer contribute to ISRO?
Yeah, definitely propellant division, PED. If you go to PED, there you can see that all people are working in propellant division. Propellant means all the propellants are from chemical only.
Yeah, yes.
All the liquid, solid, cryogenic, semi-cryogenic, all have mechanical, the propellant. They all have the chemical properties. LPSC, you can see a lot of chemical engineers. propellant evaluation division itself is there in ISRO, and rocket propulsion fabrication facility is there, RPP is there. Like that, lot of chemical engineers are necessary.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, right. Okay, right. I'll take rest. Okay,
Sir,
Hussain?
one question, sir.
Right. Yeah, yes. Go
Sir,
ahead.
what are the future applications for the ISRO two-stage to orbit turbo ramjet and scramjet plane concept?
So that's why I tell you, they are trying the TSTO, they are being trained. RLB will take another 10 years. That's why RLB small level only they are doing. RLB is important only, TSTO only. Two-stage to orbit.
Okay, sir.
Okay,
Yes,
like
sir.
range experiment, REX, and everything is there. But they cannot proceed in all at the same time. They are now concentrating in RLB, reusable launch vehicle.
Okay, sir.
Oh, right, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
So
sir.
kindly give the feedback. Let us see that. Okay.
Thank you very much, Professor Elangovan, for this enlightened presentation, and we appreciate your efforts in having this mysterious area clarified. Your advices to students were very useful. It was a pleasure for all of us, and I appreciate the work of our team members and participants for making this webinar a grand success. For more interesting events like this, stay connected, stay safe, and keep learning. From Team Digital Box.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. You can
Okay.
leave sessions.
Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.